Anytime that you're learning a craft, there are certain rules and principles and best practices and skills that you need to learn in order to master that craft. And so we spend a lot of time doing that. At Luca, what we understand is that while all of those things are very important in order to perform the craft at whatever standard, in the case of coaching, it's the International Coaching Federation standard, it's very important to learn all of those skills. But at the same time at Luca, what we understand is that while those things are very important, there's the person, the human being behind the craft that really makes it come alive, that really brings it to life. And so at Luca, the primary focus is on creating the space for the individual participants and the participants as a group to digest it in their own way, explore and experiment with it, and really make it their own.
It's about love, it's about me, it's about you, it's about being true. True. It's about love, it's about me, it's about you, it's about being true. True. It's about love, it's about me, it's about you, it's about being true. True. It's about love, it's about me, it's about you, it's about being true. True. It's about love, it's about me, it's about you, it's about being true. True.
Expertise is important, and it's also table stakes. In other words, we are all responsible to be on a path of continuous learning and growth when it comes to honing our expertise. But what creates the difference between the practitioner and the master is someone who brings their full self to that craft, all of their gifts, all of their strengths, all of their talents, and is able to apply that to their craft in a way that elevates and illuminates others. And this is the practice that we learn at Luca. And it's incredibly gratifying to see people go through that process. Leaders come in all different shapes and sizes. At Luca, our goal is to create this space where each individual has an opportunity to self-express through their craft. And that's what creates the meaning and the fulfillment for the person, is ultimately being able to bring their true self to the craft. The spark that led me to establish Luca was something that came a lot earlier before I knew that it was actually the spark. I became a facilitator in 2012, and I spent 3 years just learning facilitation by being an observer in the class and being an assistant in the class and then co-facilitating, and then finally after 3 years was left on my own to facilitate. And over that time, and even further when I was facilitating myself, I saw and became really aware of the profound impact that this was having on participants. It all of a sudden dawned on me, hey, wait a minute, these individuals aren't just learning skills. They're actually transforming before my very eyes. They're gaining insights about who they are and what they want for themselves. They're gaining insight about how they can practice this craft in a way that's truly connected to who they are as a person and meaningful. And at the end of it all, not only were they walking away with skills and frameworks and an understanding, but they were walking away as a better version of themselves. Back in 2008, I had no idea. I thought, I'm going to go to school and get me some tools. And I walked out a very transformed individual. And that learning and that transformation, there were ripple effects of that kept going and keep going to this day as well. And that's the magic and the beauty of this craft, is that as you're learning it, you are growing and expanding in ways that sometimes you couldn't even imagine. When we create an environment where people could come together and find that safe space to connect and hold each other up and support each other, that is worth its weight in gold. It's incredible because it gives people the fortitude, the strength, and the courage then to go out there into the world again and do the great work that they want to do and have the great impact that they want to have. And so Luca is meant to be that safe space for us to come together and do that. So when they come to the program, as a facilitator, it's very important for me to be mindful of all of the diversity of learning styles in the room, as well as the diversity of background and experience. And so that's the craft of the facilitator, is to be able to hold the space for everybody to find themselves in that environment and be able to learn and grow together. But that's also what makes the learning so enriching and magical, is that everybody is coming from a different place and everybody does have a different perspective and point of view and some different strength or skill or perspective that they bring to the table that just creates this wonderful opportunity for everyone to rise because of it. You know, Maya Angelou, one of my favorite quotes of hers is, people will not remember what you said or did, but they will remember how you made them feel. And when people feel seen and heard, anything is possible. Change is possible. Transformation is possible. some of the biggest turnarounds imaginable are possible when people feel seen and heard. And so this is a very important value for us at Luca, and the way that we approach the learning process and what we want to transmit to others, so that they can then go out into the world and do it for themselves and for others as well. It's a way of paying it forward. What I want for all of the people who come to Luca, whether they're leaders in their organizations, whether they're coaches themselves, looking to up-level their coaching, whether they are change makers in their communities, whatever it is that they are doing, what I want for them when they come to Luca is, first of all, for them to understand that this is a space where they are welcome. They are welcome to bring their full selves and learn and grow and share together, and support each other. That's the first thing. And the second thing is, I want them to see for themselves that they have an opportunity to self-express and to thrive and to reach their full potential and self-actualize. And that's what I want Luca to be for people. Whatever we do professionally, whatever field that we're in, we're all in a process of becoming. And anything that we put our minds to, anything we commit to, it's an opportunity for us to leverage that to be better, to become better. We all have setbacks and obstacles and things like that. We all want to be really successful, but it's inevitable that we're going to falter sometimes. We're going to make mistakes. So when we embrace the fact that we're all in this process of becoming together, and that we actually have an opportunity to grow and to take ourselves to the next level, it's exciting, because then we know that we can get better.